Hi everyone, this is Narmata from AZNRI Cleveland. I had chosen a topic food security in India. What is food security? It exists when all the people at all time have physical, social, economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food which meets their dietary needs and food preferences for an active and healthy life. What it actually means, it is availability, accessibility, and affordability of food to people at all the times. It is ensured in a country only if enough food is available for all the persons and all the persons have the capacity to buy food of acceptable quality and there is no barrier on access to food. What is the need for food security? For the poor sections of society and the natural disasters or calamity like earthquake, drought, flood, tsunami, widespread crop failure due to drought. This is a flowchart which explains how drought affects the food security. What is starvation and what is famine? If such calamity happens in very widespread area or is stretched over a long period time, it may cause a situation of starvation. What is famine? A massive starvation might take a turn of famine. A famine is mainly characterized by widespread deaths. Here is some deaths which due to famine and starvation which takes place in India. Bengal famine 1943 killed 1.5 million to 3 million. The Bihar famine it takes place in 1966 to 1967. Starvation deaths have been reported in Kalahandi and Kashipur in Orissa, Baran district of Rajasthan, Palamu district of Jharkhand and many other remote areas during the recent years. And the Great Famine, Bengal famine has takes place. What is food insecurity? Food insecurity is often rooted in poverty and has long-term impacts on the ability of families, communities and countries to develop. Food insecure groups, worst affected groups, landless people, traditional artisans, traditional services providers, petty self-employed workers, homeless, beggars, families employed in ill-paid occupations, casual laborers, and states which are facing problem of food insecurity. Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Orissa, West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, parts of Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. Hunger, another aspect of food insecurity. It is an main aspect of food insecurity. Chronic hunger and seasonal hunger. It is the two types of hunger. What is chronic hunger? It is inadequate diet for long time. Poor people suffer from chronic hunger. And what is seasonal hunger? Due to agricultural activities, rural regions and some areas casual labor. When a person is unable to get a work from the work for the entire year. What is the current status? Nearly 800 million people across the globe go to bed hungry every night. To meet the needs of a world population expected to reach 9 billion by 2050, agricultural production will need to increase by at least 60%. And India's poor population amounts to more than 300 million people, with almost 30% of India's rural population living in poverty. The good news is poverty has been on decline in recent years. According to official government of India estimates, poverty declined from 37.2% in 2004 to 5 to 29.8% in 2009 to 10. Hunger pangs, Global Hunger Index. This table shows the Global Hunger Index. What is it? GHI is a multi-dimensional statistical tool used to describe the state of country's hunger situation. GHI measures progress and failures in the global fight against hunger. Next, rural poverty declined by 8 percent points from 41.8% to 33.8% and urban poverty by 4.8 percent points from 25.7% to 20.9% over the same period. India is a home to 25% of the world's hungry population. An estimated 43% of children under the age of 5 years are malnourished. And this is the agricultural protection as per the year have been noted. These are the values. Food in security indicators. What is food security indicators? Calorie supply per capita is the amount of food available for consumption measured in kilocalories per capita per day. This figure is reached by dividing the total available food supply for human consumption by the population. This data set tracks the calorie supply per capita in each country for calories available from crop products. Although these figures can be taken as the average supply available for consumption, actual consumption by individual can vary greatly. Receipts of food aid is the amount of cereals designated as food aid and transferred to that country from all donors. Cereals include wheat, barley, maize, rye, oat, millet, sorghum, rice, buckwheat, canary seed, fonio, and wheat flour are component of blended foods. The figure represents cereal and donated on a total grant basis or on highly concessional terms. Next, at 2014 to 15 Global Food Policy Report, International Food Policy Research Institute IFPRI. What is it? At that time is the fourth and annual series that provides a comprehensive overview of major food policy developments and events. This year, annual report examines major food policy issues and global and regional developments commitments made in 2015 and presents data on key food policy indicators. The report also progresses key IFPRI Director General Schengen 5 policy options for 2060 and beyond to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. The report covers the following key questions in global food policy. How can we support the critical contributions of smallholders to food security in the world facing climate change? And what are the causes and cost of food loss and waste within the food systems, and how can this loss be reduced? How can sound management of water resources provide multiple benefits for health, nutrition, and sustainability? What policy choices can best promote sustainable management of agricultural land and soil resources and the ecosystem services they provide? Where are the most promising opportunities for exploiting synergies between green energy and food security goals? What changes in global diets can make the greatest contribution to food security and sustainability? How we can feed a world of 9 billion people by 2050? Can you guess? Now we can see. To do that, food production in developing countries must double in less than 4 decades. Despite recent progress, global food security and nutrition face existing and emerging challenges. Climate change, natural disasters, land, water constraints, food safety risk, persistent conflicts. Achieving the goal of eradicating hunger and malnutrition will become harder as diets change along with expanding urbanization and a rising middle class. The current global food system will need a paradigm shift to feed the world healthily and sustainably. And invest in agricultural R&D to produce the more with less. Invest in biofortification to enhance health and nutritional status. Scale up existing agricultural technologies to improve food security, support open data to connect knowledge networks, and engage in broader and more innovative partnerships to transform global food system for better nutrition and health outcomes. What is biofortification? It's a process that uses conventional breeding to increase the critical vitamins and micronutrients such as zinc, iron, vitamin A, and staphylococcus. And India's attempts at attaining food security, green revolution is the main point. Food grain production, highest growth, lowest growth. The states which are mentioned. India food security system, a reserve of commodity that can be used to offset price fluctuations. Government schemes, here some are government schemes are mentioned: PDS, ORPS, TPDS, and special scheme is AAY and APS. This is the special schemes. And what is the benefits from PDS? which stabilizes the prices of food grains, makes foods available at affordable prices by supplying food from surplus regions of the country to the deficient ones. It helps in combating hunger and famine, prices set with poor households in mind, and provides income security to farmers in certain regions. What are the problems which faced by PDS? Problem of hunger still exists in many areas of India. Food stock in granaries often above specified levels. Deterioration in quality of stored food grains if kept for a long time. High storage cost. Increase in MSP had led to shift from coarse grain to rice and wheat production among the farmers. Cultivation of rice has also led to an environmental degradation and fall in the water level. Malpractices on part of PDS dealers and selling poor quality grains at ration shops, irregular opening of the shops. And what are the challenges with facing to achieving the food security? Global water crisis, land degradation, climate change, agriculture diseases, food sovereignty, risk to food security, population growth, fossil fuel dependence, homogeneity in the global food supply, price setting, land use change, and global catastrophic risks. World Summit on Food Security. Food security held in Rome in 1996. It is aimed to renew the global commitment to fight against hunger. The Food and Agricultural Organization of the United States called the summit in response to widespread undernutrition and growing concern about the capacity of agriculture. Feed the Future in US government's Global Hunger and Food Security Initiative, which establishes the foundation for lasting progress against global hunger. Feed the Future supports partner countries in developing the agriculture sectors to spur economic growth that increases incomes and reduces hunger, poverty, and undernutrition. What are the pillars of food security? Do you know that? The WHO states that there are the three pillars that determine food security: food availability, food access, and food use. The FAO adds a fourth pillar, the stability of the first three dimensions of the food security over time. 2009, the World Summit on Food Security stated that the four pillars of food security are availability, access, utilization, and stability. And these are the some informations which had been seen now food security about food security. Thank you.